In 2009, the Supreme Court found itself amidst a trial of Green versus Brennan, Marvin Green being a former postal worker for the U.S. Postal Service up against Postmaster General Megan Brennan. Green had claimed that the U.S. Postal Service had constructively discharged him from his position and was now suing for damages. For those of you who may not know, constructive discharge is the result of hostile working environments, so much so that the employee feels the need to resign from their position. In a sense, the employer has made the environment so intolerable that the affected employee genuinely feels the need to quit. As reported by Christian Chappell, the Supreme Court is giving workers a little more room to sue you. The case of Green versus Brennan brought up an interesting question. With constructive discharge cases, when does the clock start running for being able to file a complaint of harassment or discrimination? As we have learned, and as the article states, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission regulates that federal employees have a limit of 45 days to file a complaint of harassment or discrimination, and after that, the case is a moot point. That means that an act of perceived harassment or discrimination must have occurred within the past 45 days in order for the complaint to be valid. However, as Chappell reports, in the case of Marvin Green, the Supreme Court ruled otherwise. In Green's favor, the High Court ruled that the 45-day period begins on the last day of employment, regardless of when the act of harassment or discrimination occurred, with the far-reaching effects being that the lower courts will have the power to apply the same reasoning as with Green's case, allowing workers more time to file complaints following resignation or discharge. So, what is the lesson? It is important for employers to understand the cause and effect of decision making. When it comes to promotions, employee status or pay, or any other piece of employment, employers need to understand how their decision could have far-reaching effect on their employees. Could a denied promotion seem like discrimination? If so, how is the management team working to create understanding to avoid feelings of hostility amongst their employees when making promotion decisions? For a link to the full article, please look in the comment section.